Good afternoon, ma'am.
Sorry, children. Good afternoon, all of you.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Ma'am, why in the meeting?
There was another class just before your class. 6B was there. No, 7B.
Okay, ma'am.
No, 6B. They were there. Just now only I just left them. Okay. Few are there. Only few children. I can see numbers of students are very less. They are coming. They are coming. It's almost only 14 kids. I think the rest of them are sleeping at home. We cannot even call them for waking them up from their bed, whatever it is. So listen to the class. So we have completed simple sentences in the previous class. Complex sentences we discussed, and we also learned how to separate main clause and subclause. And also we need to know how to identify a phrase and a clause from a given set of sentences. So first exercise, we are actually going to identify, or we are trying to identify a phrase and a clause from the given sentences. Are you ready for identification?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let us see.
Can you say one more time?
Yeah, question is here for you. Look at the board. I have 10 questions. You go through the questions and look at the underlined parts and identify whether the underlined words are phrase or clause. Okay, the question for you, state.
Ma'am, we should write in a paper?
Yes, ruled paper. It's a part of our school note. Okay, state whether. State whether the underlined words are phrase or clause.
Ma'am, so any one we have to check.
You check with 10 sentences and look at the underlined parts and mention whether it is a phrase or a clause. Okay? First question anyway, it is to Hannah Rashida. I'll be starting from Hannah Rashida Ali. Question number 1. Okay, I'll be writing the question. Later on, I'll be underlining the sentences. Question number 1. We enjoy playing cricket. Okay? We enjoy playing cricket. Underline playing cricket. Question number 2. Question number 2. He shouted with all his mights. M-I-G-H-T, mights. Okay? Underline with all his might. Question number 3. I have not been well since I returned from Delhi. Underline since I returned from Delhi. Question number 4. They live on an island. Okay? They live on an island. Underline on an island. Question number 5. His heart is too full of sorrow. His heart is too full of sorrow. Underline full of sorrow. Question number 6. Question number 6.
Ma'am, can you show the 50?
I'll show you the screen again. Question number 6. This is the house. This is the house where I was born. Okay? Underline where I was born. Question number 7. Question number 7. Though the house had no drinking water, comma, it had electricity. Question number 8.
Ma'am, what do you want?
Sorry, in the sentence, though the house had no drinking water. Question number 8. The bright red ball bounced. The bright red ball bounced. Bright red ball. Question number 9. I'll be writing the question in. Okay, question number 9. Jenny, comma, my elder sister came to visit me. Came to visit me. Underline my elder sister. After sister, put a comma. And the last question. Walking on the beach. Walking on the beach is one of my favorite activity. Underline walking on the beach. So you have 10 questions. Let me share the screen one to you. First one, we enjoy playing cricket. Second one, he shouted with all his might. Next question. Third one, I have not been well since I returned from Delhi. Fourth question, they live on an island. Fifth question, his heart is too full of sorrow. Sixth question. 1 minute. Sixth question. This is the house where I was born. Seventh one. Though the house had no drinking water, it had electricity. Eighth one. The bright red ball bounced. Ninth question. Jenny, my elder sister, came to visit me. And the last question, walking on the beach is one of my favorite activity. Question number 1 to Hannah Rashida Al. Okay, Hannah?
Ma'am, I can't see the 10th question. Can you show?
I can't see the
10th question. Can you?
Not getting you.
Cannot see the 10th question.
10th question.
Yes, ma'am.
10th question. Let me share the screen for you once again. Walking on the beach is one of my favorite activity. Somewhere it is, I don't know where it has gone. Okay, please go through the questions. All of you, please go through the questions.
Ma'am, in a side, we want to write whether it is close or phrase.
Phrase or close?
Ma'am, in a side.
Huh?
Ma'am, in a side, we want to write was it a phrase or a close?
I'm not getting you. Anyway, you have got the question and also a few words which was underlined, right? Look at the questions and write the answer, whether the sentence or whether the group of words are phrase or close. I have lost the writings on the board due to some technical issues.
Ma'am, can you read the
So my question is to Hannah. She left. Has she
No,
gone?
she didn't left. Sister.
Hannah, question number 1. Read question number 1 and tell me the answer. Hannah,
Ma'am, can you
unmute your device and tell me the answer, Hannah.
Ma'am, can you show the last question?
Last question.
Yes, ma'am.
10th question.
Yes.
10th question. Walking on the beach is one of my favorite activity. Okay. Now I have first question to Hannah. Hannah, tell me. Hannah is not here. Hannah is not here. Question. So I am passing this question to Binu. Binu. Miss Binu.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
enjoy playing cricket. Ihan, listen to here. We enjoy playing cricket. The underlined parts, playing cricket. Tell me whether it is a phrase or a clause. Before that, remember one thing. Before answering, remember one thing. A phrase is a group of words without a verb, without a finite verb. Okay, without a finite verb means finite verbs are the verbs from which we'll be able to identify the tense forms. Okay, so a group of words without a finite verb can be called as a phrase. At the same time, a clause is actually a group of words with a subject and a finite verb in it. Okay, with a subject and a finite verb in it. Okay, now it's your turn, Miss Binu. You can tell me the answer. The first one.
Ma'am, playing cricket.
Playing cricket. Which is it a phrase or a clause?
Ma'am, it's phrase.
It's a phrase. Excellent. It is a phrase because playing cricket, playing is not a finite verb. If it is playing, are playing, was playing, were playing, then we can call it as a finite verb. But here it's just like a non-finite verb. Okay, so we can say that this playing cricket is actually a group of words without a verb and we can label it as a phrase. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, question number 2 to Balashankar. Balashankar, can you give me second question's answer? Read the second question.
He shouted with all his might.
He shouted with all his might. With all his might. Those words are the underlined words, whether it is a phrase or a clause. Look at the words and remember, is there any presence of any finite verb there? A finite verb, you can label it as a clause. If there is no finite verb, it is a phrase. Look at here, with all his might.
Clause.
Balashankar, search whether there is a verb in it. Can you see a verb in these words?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me the verb you have seen it here.
Shouted.
That is in the first part. That is in the first part. I'm asking about the underlined part. He shouted. Shouted is a finite verb. I 100% agree with you. But look at the underlined part. Can you see a finite verb there in it?
Yes, ma'am.
There also. Okay, tell me which word. Which is the verb? The underlined words are with all his might. Can you pick out a verb from that? From there. Sorry.
Can I say?
No. Balashankar, anyway, he started. He should give me the answer.
Phrase.
My question. Now you said there is a verb in it. So tell me the verb that you can see inside these group of words. Balashankar?
Yes, ma'am.
No verb, right? No finite verb in the underlined words. So what is it? Is it a clause or a phrase?
The phrase.
It is a phrase. Okay? It is a phrase. All of you please note down. Second answer, it's a phrase. A phrase is a group of words without a finite verb. Now I have Vaiga here. Vaiga, read the third question and tell me the answer. Vaiga.
Yes, ma'am.
Vaiga, third question. I have not been well since I returned from Delhi. Underlined parts. Since I returned from Delhi. Phrase or clause?
Ma'am, it is a clause.
It is a clause. Excellent. Tell me the answer. How you identified it as a clause?
Ma'am, because since is a...
Excellent, excellent. Very good observation. Since is a conjunction. It's a subordinating conjunction which is used in a subclause. So this is since I returned from Delhi is a clause. It's a subclause. Excellent. Excellent, Vaiga. Okay, great. Stina, Shijo. Stina, your fourth question. They live on an island. Stina, your video is stuck. So I am moving to Anlin. Anlin?
Yes, ma'am.
They live on an island. Phrase or a clause. On an island is a phrase or a clause.
I didn't underline it. Can you say which is...
Underlined part is on an island. Underlined part is on an island. Tell me that on an island is a phrase or a clause.
Ma'am, is it phrase?
It's a phrase because there is no verb in it. Correct. Absolutely right. Herin and Manoj. Next question.
Yes.
His heart is too full of sorrow. Too full of sorrow. Herin?
Yes, ma'am.
Full of sorrow. Phrase or clause?
Ma'am, it's a phrase.
Sure. Are you sure?
Not sure, ma'am.
Why are you not sure? Why not sure? On is not a verb.
No, ma'am.
Sorry, full is not a verb. Off is not a verb. Sorrow is not a verb. So these are the underlined parts. If the underlined part does not have a verb, means it is a phrase, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, are you sure that this group of words are phrase?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. Okay, it is a phrase. So, full of sorrow is actually a phrase. Yes, Seba. Next question.
Thank you, ma'am. This is the house where I was born.
Okay.
Where I was born, the clause, because it is a subordinating conjunction and it is
Correct. Absolutely right. It is a clause. Okay. Where I was born is a clause. Because where is a subordinating conjunction and we can see a subject and predicate in that group of words and you can see a finite verb. Tell me the finite verb in those parts. Where I was born. Can you pick out the finite verb there?
yes, ma'am. Was born.
Was. Born is not a verb, but was is a verb. Okay. Auxiliary verb, sometimes it acts like a main verb. Okay. So was is a finite verb. Simple past, right? Okay. Now, seventh question. I have this question to Rolls. Rolls, though the house had no drinking water, it had electricity. Rolls,
Ma'am.
though the house had no drinking water, it had electricity.
I'm underlined.
Steve is eagerly waiting to get a chance. Now I won't give you. This question is to Rolls.
Underlined part.
Underlined part, though the house had no drinking water. Phrase or clause?
Close.
Yes. You are right. It is a clause because you can see the presence of the subordinating conjunction though, and you can see a subject, the house, and the verb had. Okay? Okay, so it is a clause. Very good, very good. Now, Sandra. Sandra, next question, 8th question. The bright red ball bounced. The bright red ball bounced. Two persons are very keen to get a chance. Steve and Aldous. Seiba, you got a chance. I won't ask you again. Sandra, this is for you. The bright red ball bounced.
Ma'am, underline word.
Phrase or clause? The bright red ball.
Ma'am, underline word.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Ma'am, she is asking which is the underlined word.
The bright red ball, underlined part.
Phrase.
No, Al-Asfan. Al-Asfan.
Yes, ma'am, she can answer.
Ma'am,
No,
she told an answer.
I'm unable to hear. Al-Asfan.
She told the
Ma'am,
answer.
she said
It
phrase.
is a phrase. Very good, Al-Asfan. It is a phrase because
Ma'am,
there is
Sandra
no
told
verb in
phrase.
it. Okay. Adi Ishwar, 9th question. Adi Ishwar, 9th question. Julie, my elder sister, came to visit me. So the underlined part is my elder sister. Phrase or clause?
Close.
Is it a clause? Can you see a verb in it? Don't simply say it's, don't play ingy pingy pongy with words. It is not a phrase, Adi.
I say close.
Huh?
I say close.
My question is it a clause or is it a phrase? You said it as clause, right? You said it is a clause, but it is not a clause, my son, because there is no verb in it. There is no verb in it. There is no finite verb in it. See, my elder sister, there is no finite verb. So if there is no verb, what can you call it? A phrase or a clause?
Phrase. Phrase.
Phrase. Okay, Ihan, a smiling face. You can answer to the 10th question. Ihan? 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 Can you hear me, Ihan? No, I can't. So I started from Hannah. So I'm ending with Hannah itself. So Hannah, you can answer to the 10th question. Hannah, now you tell me. Walking on the beach is one of my favorite activity. The underlined part.
Phrase.
Walking. Oh, excellent. Now you got the answer. It's a phrase. Excellent. Okay,
Yeah,
very
ma'am,
good.
when you asked me the first question, I was having a lot of
Confusion.
So I was
Now,
going and
is it clear? Network issue. Okay. So now it's clear for you, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
phrase and close. So Balashankar, you need more exercises because you are the only person who said wrong. Okay, wrong answer. Okay, no problem. So you can practice with more exercises. So look it here. Now I have a few sentences for you. This will help you to concentrate on clauses. Okay, so now we are going to separate main clause and subclause. Ready? Main clause and subclause. So it is so
Yes,
easy.
ma'am.
It is so easy because once you are able to identify the subordinating conjunction, such a part is called a subclause. The rest of the part or rest of the group of words are called main clause. Okay, so let us do the practice of subclause and main clause identification. Okay, question number 1. The question is separate main clause and subclause. Question: separate main clause and subclause. Separate main clause and subclause. Only 5 questions because we have already done this practice. Okay. Okay.
Ma'am, can you say that?
Ready? This is the girl.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the girl who danced with me yesterday. This is the girl who danced with me yesterday? Question number 2. Question number 2. If you get 100 marks, if you get 100 marks, if you get 100 marks, you will get a prize. You will get a prize. Okay? Question number 3. I don't want tea because I just had my meal. I just had my meal. Question number 4.
Ma'am, can you show the third question?
Sure. I'll show it again. I read a novel which was written by Thomas Hardy. Question number 5, and this one is the last question.
Ma'am, the third question can you show again?
I'll show you. Though he was ill, he attended the class. These are the 5 questions for you. I'll ask 5 persons. Let me show the screen once again. Question number 1. What is the question number 1? This is the girl. This is the girl who danced with me yesterday. Okay. These are the 5 questions. If you get 100 marks, you will get a prize. I don't want tea because I just had my meal. 4th question, I read a novel which was written by Thomas Hardy. Though he was ill, he attended the class. Now, Aldous.
Yes, ma'am.
First question is for you. It's your time to identify the main clause and subclause from these sentences.
Okay, ma'am. This is the girl who danced with me yesterday. Ma'am, the main clause is this is the girl.
Okay, excellent. This one is the main clause.
Ma'am, and the subclause is who danced with me yesterday.
Okay, excellent. Subclause. Okay, tell me now the subordinating conjunction.
Ma'am, who?
Excellent. Who is the subordinating conjunction? So subclause is always starting with the subordinating conjunction. Okay. Now I have Steve. Steve, your turn. Answer the second question.
If you get 100 marks, you will get a prize.
Okay.
Ma'am, if.
Very good.
This is subordinate conjunction.
Excellent.
Ma'am, if you get 100 marks. Subordinate clause.
Excellent.
You will get a prize. Main clause.
Very good. Very good. Thank you, Steve.
Thank
now
you,
I have another person here. I'm searching for another person. Fidel Babu. Look at the third question, Fidel.
Yes, ma'am. I don't want tea because I just had my meal.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Fidel?
Ma'am,
Because. Okay, you have got because. Okay, now you tell me.
Ma'am, the subclause is I just had my meal. Because I just had my meal.
Excellent, excellent. The subclause is because I just had my meal. Subclause. Okay. What about the main clause?
The main clause is I don't want tea.
Very good, very good. Main clause. Okay, next question. I am searching for another person who has not responded yet. Stina? Stina, are you there? Stina has some network issue. Her video is stuck. I don't know whether she's there or not. Okay, I'm searching for another person. Atul Krishna. Atul, fourth question.
Ma'am, I read a novel.
I read. Past tense. I read. Spelling is R-E-A-D, but you have to read it as read.
Ma'am, it's a subclause.
Which one?
Ma'am, it's a subclause.
Which word? You tell me.
Ma'am, I read a novel.
I read a novel.
Ma'am,
What is it? Atul,
Ma'am, subclause.
is it a subclause? I have told you a subclause is a clause which is always starting with the subordinating conjunction. Now, Atul, you please tell me which is the subordinating conjunction used in the sentence?
Which?
So you got which is the subordinating conjunction. So a subclause is always starting with the subordinating conjunction. Now you tell me subclause.
Ma'am, I read a novel.
What is it?
Subclause.
Again, you are mistaken. Atul, Atul, this is very easy. You know which word is actually a subordinating conjunction. And remember, a part of a sentence which is starting with the subordinating conjunctions are coming under subclause category. So which you have got at subordinating conjunction. I haven't even helped you. So now you tell me the subclause from the sentence. Divide the sentence into two pieces.
Ma'am, can I?
No, I want the answer from Atul. He's a very good student. He should know this. Atul?
Yes, ma'am.
Atul, you tell me.
Was written by Thomas Hardy.
Hardy. No, from where I should mark?
Was written by Thomas Hardy.
I am not clear. I'm not clear.
Ma'am, was written by Thomas Hardy.
I'm not getting you. So you thought which, right? Look at, Atul, you look at the sentences explained by your friends. Okay? Look at the second sentence. If you get 100 marks, you will get a prize. Okay? And your friend said, if is the subordinating conjunction. So a subclause is starting with the subordinating conjunction. Remember? Look at the first sentence. This is the girl who danced with me yesterday. Your friend said this is subordinating conjunction. So we started a subclause with the help of a subordinating conjunction. Look at the third sentence. I don't want tea because I just had my meal. So we divided the sentence into I don't want tea and because I just had my meal. And your friend said because it's a subordinating conjunction. So Adul, you remember, we can begin a subclause with the help of, or we can start a subclause with the subordinating conjunction. And now you remember, Adul, you have a sentence here. Okay, just look at the sentence. You have a sentence here. I read a novel which was written by Thomas Hardy. Adul, which is the subordinating conjunction? Agree. 100% I agree with you. And now you tell me which one is subclause.
Ma'am,
Divide the sentence into two pieces.
Ma'am, I read a novel, main clause.
Very good. I read a novel, main clause. And where? Which is a subordinating conjunction. So we should begin our subclause from which. So tell me the subclause, Atul.
Which was written by Thomas Hardy.
Excellent. Which was written by Thomas Hardy is subclause. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now Rida Masin. Rida Masin, are you there? Rida, can you hear me? Rida Masan left? No. Rida, can you hear me?
Ma'am, can I?
No, I am not getting Rida Masan's voice. Could you please speak louder? Rida, please keep your mic in right position.
Ma'am,
he didn't mute his audio.
Unmute first, Rida. No, I can't hear you. Rida, you have a problem. So last question I am passing to Ihan. Ihan, look at the last question, Ihan. Though he was ill, he attended the class. Ihan, tell me main clause and subclause. Ihan?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me the answer. Though he was ill, he attended the class.
Though he was ill.
What is it? I cannot get you. So I have the last question is to Herin Manoj. Herin and Manoj. Herin? Stuck. To whom I should ask now? Yes.
Ma'am, though he was ill, he attended the class. Though he was ill is subordinating subclause, and he attended the class is main clause, and
Excellent.
though is
Subordinating conjunction. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. So you practice with more sentences, and next class we will do the identification of simple, complex, compound sentences. Okay? See you. And do one thing. You keep the list of subordinating conjunctions and coordinating conjunctions in the next class. Okay? And it is easy for you to look at the conjunctions and to label whether it is a complex or compound sentence. Okay? So by heart the coordinating and subordinating conjunction, which will guide you to identify simple, complex, compound sentences. Bye-bye. See you in the next class.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.